today I did my tutorial with the Anastasia Beverly Self-Made palette, which I wanted to get so badly. Yesterday I went to Sephora accidentally and I found this. Looking back at me, I'm like, oh my god, I got hold of it finally. So yeah, so I decided to do a tutorial on this palette here. This palette is amazing. The colors are so pigmented and it's very easy to blend. I think it's really worth the money, and they have like a lot of shades here. Like there are only like 2 mattes, but most of them are shimmery and metallic-y, and they are very good. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the palette, and I think this is definitely going to be one of my favorite eyeshadow palette that I own. Other colors from Makeup Geek and Inglot and all those stuff, because it didn't have much matte eyeshadows. So because of that, I had to go and mix it with some other colors as well. So I ended up getting this look here. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it helps you in some way. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!
I'm starting off by applying MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Not only will this help to hide the veins, but it will also keep the eyeshadows intact all day long. To set the eye base, I went with Makeup Geek Creme Brulee, which is almost similar to my skin tone. I'm doing this so that it's much easier for the other eyeshadows to glide on. For today's look, I decided to do something new, which is a cut crease. I haven't done this on myself before, so I wasn't really sure how this was going to turn out, but by the end of this video you will know I loved it. So here I'm carving out my crease with a flat angled brush, and I'm using the shade 329 from Inglot, which is a deep brown, and I'm really working my way into the crease, and I'm blending it with a pencil brush. So I'm just focusing on the crease only and just the outer part of the eye, and I'm going back and forth with the shade up until the point where I thought, you know, okay, it's enough. After doing the crease, I decided to go with the shade Sherbert from the Anastasia Beverly Self-Made palette, and I'm focusing just on top of the crease area. But as I was doing this, I realized that it was quite shimmery. So I don't like shimmery shades as a transition color, so because of that I went with Inglot eyeshadow 383, which is a matte shade, and I'm just going on top of it so that it takes away the shimmeriness. Grabbing Hot Chocolate from the same Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I'm focusing this shade just on the outer part of the eye so that it gives some sort of a 3D effect. So I'm applying that in a weird V shape with a pencil brush and blending it with E25 from Sigma, which is my favorite blending brush. And then I went in back with a deep brown from Inglot with the same angled flat brush to deepen the crease a little bit more and blending it with E25. And here comes the fun part. This particular shade is from Kryolan in the series called Aqua Interference, and in order to get the product in the brush you really have to wet it. So here I'm applying, oops, I got a little bit on my eyelashes. So here I'm applying just on my eyelids. I'm not going to go into the crease or anything. So I'm just focusing it on my eyelids, and I'm building it up really slowly up to the point where I was happy with the density. These eyeshadows are beautiful. They are like paint, and they are very metallic and very pigmented. Now this is the star of the show, which is Pink Champagne from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I did wet the brush with MAC Fix Plus in order to grab a lot of product. So once you apply it, you will have a more metallic finish. So here I'm just gliding on the brush to get more even product out. So here the brush that I'm using is MAC 242. For eyeliner, I went with none other than my trusty gel eyeliner from Inglot. And here you guys can see me working myself very slowly in order to get a very dramatic wing. I had two combinations of mascaras today, which is Rimmel and MAC. Rimmel sort of lengthens my lashes rather than volumizing them, so I went on top of that with MAC Upward Lash Mascara, which is my favorite. And I'm applying good 2 to 3 coats of each one of them before moving on to tightlining my waterline, which is the most annoying part of the makeup. And then I applied some falsies from Social Lashes in the style Vamp off screen. And then moving on to primer, I used L'Oreal Infallible primer and I'm applying that all over the face. For foundation, I used Kryolan TV Paint Stick in the shade F36 and Chinese, and here I'm applying F36, no sorry, that's Chinese, in a weird shape. I think I'm drawing something on my face. And then I should have done this before applying the foundation. Here I'm applying the MAC Prep and Prime in the shade Peach Luster to counteract any darkness that's around my mouth area. And on top of the Chinese, I'm applying F36 and I wet my brush with MAC Fix Plus and buffing everything out. I'm going to fast forward this eyebrow part because I do have an eyebrow tutorial coming up very soon. So here I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. To conceal and highlight, I'm using the MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NC35. And here I'm applying it in the usual upside down triangle under my eyes to get rid of all the darkness that's going on. And since the shade is one shade lighter than my skin tone, it also brightens it up. To balance out the look, I'm applying a little bit on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin and around my mouth as well. My beauty blender is sort of getting expired. I haven't got my hands on a new one yet. So as a temporary fix, I used a mini stippling brush that I had, but it didn't do the job well as the beauty blender, but you know, I was quite okay with it. So I did apply some MAC Fix Plus so that it was a bit easier to blend the product out. And then I grabbed my foundation brush to buff everything in and to get rid of any harshness that was going on my face. To seal all the concealer in place, I went with Nye Banana Powder. This powder is so finely milled and it really brightens the area up. This has been my best under eye powder of all time for me. And then to set my whole face, I went with the YSL translucent powder in the shade number 4. This does have a little bit of luminous finish in it and it's a beautiful powder. And then to complete the eye look, I went with the same shade that I used in the crease, which is the Inglot 383, and I'm tightly packing it and blending with a pencil brush. Blending is the key to a flawless makeup. Blend, blend, blend up until the point where you know, okay, I can't blend anymore. And then grabbing the shade Treasure from the same palette, which is a beautiful highlighting shade, I'm applying it in my inner corner with Morphe M212 brush. So I'm sort of like taking a little bit more into the lower part of my eye as well. And then I went with Hot Chocolate with a flat, with an angle flat brush. And as you guys can see, I'm sort of parallelly drawing it right under my inner tear duct. I hope I said it right. So here as you guys can see, I'm tightly packing it and I blended it with a pencil brush. But I'm just blending the outer part of the eye, but not the inner one. To make my eye look larger, I opted for a nude eyeliner. This one is from NARS, so I'm tightly applying it in my low waterline. And of course, no look is complete without mascara on lower lashes. So here I went with the Upward Lash Mascara from MAC. I'm bronzing up my face with my one and only NARS Casino bronzer. For me, bronzing is very important because it adds back warmth and life back to your face. So I'm bronzing up my cheeks, my forehead, the sides of my chin. And then I'm contouring my nose with the same Casino bronzer. I never skip this step because I don't have a sharp nose, so no matter what the makeup look is, I always do this step. And then for her eyebrow highlight, I went with the same Treasure shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And then for blush, I went with Peachtwist from MAC, which is a beautiful peach shade, and it does have a little bit of dewiness in it. And then I decided to clean up the bronzing because I thought it didn't look, neat enough. I thought it looked a bit clumsy. So here I'm baking myself off with the Nye Banana Powder, and I'm letting that sit for a while I turn my attention into highlighting. Here I'm using the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Beige, and I'm applying it on top of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then on my cupid's bow as well. And here I'm dusting off the powder. And for the lips, I went with Dolce from Stila Liquid Lipstick, which is a beautiful nude shade. I'm finishing off this look by spraying MAC Fix Plus all over my face, and I did a mini dance because I really enjoyed doing this video for you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!